Hello and welcome back to the Grog Hoarders. My name is Paddy and we are back again in the Kingdoms of Vynn Thorne Coast tour. Yes, this is part 3 now. But anyway, speaking of the gent, he is joined with us. Hello, Jacob.
Hello! I think the name was Oscar Finch last I checked. It's lovely to be back here on the world of Vynn.
It is, and Thorne Coast is nice, but it's by no means something that I want to showcase forever, because there are grander things in this world, which is basically everything else after the Thorne Coast. The Thorne Coast is the only shithole in the world, and it's a shithole for a reason. Just before we begin our tour today, please do consider commenting and subscribing and clicking that notification bell, just to give the algorithm a little thumbs up that we're doing a good job. It promotes us more, you know. But anyway, shall we begin, Jacob?
Aye, let's.
Excellent.
Prepare to lead the way.
I shall. And just before I do, I also want to say that part 1 and 2, the links to part 1 and 2 are also in the description below. They are also going to be in the little video element at the end of the video to a wee link that will come up on screen. So do feel free to check them out. Part 1 has all the lore surrounding the Thorne Coast. Now we will get into a bit more lore, but the main lore that you need to know in a very, very fancy cinematic style is in part 1. So do check that out. So today's route we're going to take is we're going to start in Driftmoor. We're going to move south all the way back to the fields at Windtop. Then we're going to move north into the village of Winch, have a little look round there, then up into the Thorne Coast Plateau, where we're going to take the main road, veer swiftly left, and then head for the second major town of the Thorne Coast, Blackthorn.
Aye, that it is. It's a lot more to see yet still.
Exactly. So, without further ado, let's get this show on the road.
Aye, let's get shredding.
Now, unfortunately, we did sort of end the last tour at a very inconvenient place.
Yes, we are quite a long way.
In fact, we've got a little bit of a distance, but that's okay, because it's a nice surrounding, and you can see all the wonderful bone mealing that Jacob has done about the place.
Oh, you're giving away our secrets now, huh?
Yeah, well...
And here I was, having them think I placed every single piece of blade of grass by hand.
Well, like, I'm sort of giving you credit, Jacob, because, like, the only thing that people have seen so far with you is Absconder Holm.
That's true.
So,
it's a very old little hobbit hole of a place.
Just to include a little bit of a spoiler, the next tour that Jacob has, the next tour that we are going to do, or the next region, will be a little,
It's a blast from the past of one of my own creations from damn near a decade ago.
The next island that we're going to be touring is one of Jacob's complete builds, and it's a big town and a
complete is a generous statement.
Well, the entire
it'll be complete
island,
by the time that we show it off.
The entire island is just you know. Yeah, it was just built by you know. Let me see. If we had,
you know, I feel like I need a walking stick. I think I may have used that line last segment of the video, but truly, either that or a cart.
Yeah, if only we had the hiker's friend add-on.
Well, hell, if we, would ride on horses, do we?
Well, you know what my feeling is with add-ons in this world.
Yes.
Too much.
I do, but they make it very unstable.
But here we are, Jacob. This is the village of Winch.
That's an interesting name for a village. I wonder if there's a reason why it's called a winch.
Well,
does it perhaps have a pulley of some kind?
People call this Winch. It's got its name very fittingly because of the giant lift that is in the village that takes people up into the plateau to get to the rest of Arkadia. So if you're a trader who wants to do trade with Seapoint, you have to go down that lift to get to Seapoint. There is no other alternative. And there is a toll fee. The toll fee is very high, and the residents of Winch don't profit from that. In fact, all of the toll fees go straight to the pockets of Lord Thorne. There's a little theme going on here. But anyway, let's head up to sea just to see what we've got. So this is the Winch. And if you come in here,
is this actually big enough for a carriage?
That's a small one. A small one.
Right, and now we hit the button and we go up.
No, not yet. I'm afraid the create mod is not installed in this, so we're going to have to take the long way, I'm afraid. But look, we do have the actual village of Winch to take a look at first. There's only two buildings that have an interior so far, or two buildings that have an interior that's worth talking about.
The Liftman's Wench?
The Liftman's Wench is one. This is the tavern here at Winch. So you come in here, and it is a very cozy little place. So,
I love the candles on the table. It's very atmospheric.
Oh, thank you very much. I was trying to... This interior was done semi-recently, as in last week. So yeah, it's got quite a lot of modern blocks. So this is sort of like the general sitting area. There is a little bar area back here. And then if we open this door here...
Going back down the stairwell.
Down the stairwell. This is the cellar.
I see.
So, yeah.
What's the storage here?
Just wine storage. Quite a dank place, if you ask me. But, anyway, that's...
I wonder how he gets those larger barrels in and out of the cellar, considering the stairwell's so small.
I know. It's...
Guess he just built around.
Well, obviously, he probably, like, transfers it into, like, smaller kegs, like this one, where he then brings it up.
Ah, that would make sense, yeah.
But anyway, if we come up here, this is the upper floor, and we have two very, very cramped bedrooms in here. And in
yes,
here.
I can smell the rather stale air.
Not a very nice area. But yeah, so we've got a second, we've got a second sort of scrawny room in here. And then in here we have the main master bedroom, or the special suite. It's slightly bigger than the other suites.
It's a very wonderful chair, I'll say that.
It
I
does.
love the cushion.
This is sort of like the VIP area, so like this is like the noble's room. If like a very rare occasion a noble has to stay. The actual tavern itself is probably one of the nicest taverns in the Thorne Coast.
Quite the posh interior for a building.
It's a posh interior, isn't it? But anyway, let's go back out and let's head over to this area over here. And this is the Winch Warehouse and Toll Centre. So this is basically where all the wagon drivers have to come to pay their tolls to get the lift up and down to the plateau. But if you come up here first, this is the toll booth. So you pay your toll here. Prices: a wagon is 10 gold and a horse is 5 gold. Oh yeah, so yeah, as you can see, the prices here, you won't know until I tell you, but that is expensive for what that is.
Yes, I imagine if we... Wait, out of curiosity, not to interrupt, but do we use copper or silver in our currency for this world? I don't know if we've been over it.
Gold.
Just gold? Nothing else?
Just gold. Gold coins.
Okay, well, I suppose that is a little bit expensive then, if we don't have a smaller denominator.
Exactly. Like, it's, so it is expensive. But anyway, we might actually, no, sorry, there'll be silver. There'll be silver as well.
Ah, and like what? 1 gold to like 100 silver?
Yeah, pretty much.
Got it.
So it's expensive. But anyway, let's go in and have a look. Now, this is a very cramped interior. So if you come in here, this is a little desk.
I can barely fit through the door.
I know. This is the desk where the toll office is. So normally people will come in and have a little.
It's quite the thick pen he has.
And then in here's the actual toll booth itself.
Ah.
And you sort of open that up and.
It's very bare bones, you could say.
I know, right? In here, there's a ladder that goes up to the attic, which has a little bit of storage. If your head,
if you dock, maybe.
Mind your head.
And then, is there anywhere else to see?
Yes, there is actually out the back of out the back of the tool desk. We have the warehouse.
Oh, this is handy.
This is buried into the cliff. This isn't like a TARDIS, by the way, in case you're wondering. This is literally buried into a cliff.
We should have a space for contraband.
That could be the attic.
Attic? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought that crossed my mind now, because imagine there is quite a bit of smuggling that does go through, and we don't... Actually, no, he probably just hand-waves most of it. I mean, told me. Never mind. Sorry for that,
No, don't you worry at all. So that's basically the toll booth, and that is literally Winch. I mean, there's a couple of houses down here, but there is literally, it's the same style of house.
Nothing special about
Seapoint. The good news, actually, that I will just say now, this is the last of the thatched roofed houses.
That's welcome change of pace, I'll say.
Isn't it?
Everything thus far has been goddamn haze, as far as I can see.
Well, apart from Driftmore. But this is the end of the thatched roofed houses. We're going into slightly different theme here, but we're still in the Thorne Coast. So obviously we can't go up the lift. So let's head up the footpath, the footway, which is just up here.
Quite a nice little hedge going along it.
And, like, horses...
Some formidable stairs.
Horses can't get up here because it's too narrow and too rocky, so that's why horses have to come down the winch itself, or the lift itself. So, yeah,
Makes sense.
We come up here. There's a few little rocks about the place, and this is up into the Thorne Coast Plateau. This is the high point. It's also the main trading route between the rest of Arkadia and Seapoint. Before we head that way, which we will head to, let's head this way.
Sure.
So this is the back end of the lift. So this is like a little gear mechanism that they pull. There is also a money shot, a vista for the Thorne Coast.
That's a nice way of putting it.
You can see everything. You can see Seapoint. Well, you can't see Driftmore, but you can see Seapoint, you can see Windtop Farm, and you can see Pellers, Folly, and the Briny Bell, and Winch. Like that is the vista. It's the last time we'll see it. It's also the last time you'll see Seapoint. So there you go. Unless you watch the video on repeat, but sure, that's a different story. So yeah, literally, this is the top of the lift. If you come out here, you can see a bottom view of Winch in all its majesty, if you would call it that. Do you know what? Winch has grown on me. I wasn't sure if I even liked Winch at the start, but when I built this 15 years ago, but
it's
literally
decent time.
the past couple of weeks I was just giving it a bit of a facelift, and yeah, it's nice now. I like Winch. But anyway, let us head into the deep. We've got the Blackthorn Mire.
Yes.
On the
to the Black Mire.
So if we head down this path here, right? This will take us up to a very precarious looking path. This is the here we are. This is the Broken Tree Hideout, which is a bandit camp that is owned by a gang of highwaymen, and you know it's Broken Tree Hideout because of the broken tree that's up there, lying on a rock.
What an apt name.
Also covers the whole area. So yeah, literally very simple. There's a few tents. There's a camp. It's actually quite a nice wee area, actually, because there's a little sort of Zen pond up here as well.
Also, it's a much nicer bandit camp than the one down there on the Thorne Coast proper.
Oh, you mean the Long Island reboot? I'd rather live up here than down in Long Island.
Feels a little bit more luxurious, for sure.
Exactly.
Like, you might get a good chance of having a silk bedroll than that of a cross-spun cot in the wall.
Exactly. But anyway, look, let's head back down again and let's continue towards, well, the rest of the Thorne Coast. So if we head down this way, back over to the main road, and then we'll take a right and explore. And we'll head this way. Okay, as per tradition, sort of an unannounced tradition that I have only just made up now. Here is the signpost for this for this tour. So we've got Bathurst over there. You can see Bathurst trading post over there, just waiting to be explored. We'll have to wait a little bit longer for that because.
And then for the one to the left, we have all the other names: Winch, Driftwood, Pellers, Folly, and Seapoint.
Everywhere that we have been to.
Is that one more sign beyond that?
It is. Blackthorn. There we go. Blackthorn. So that will take us through into this extremely dodgy looking road that's really badly kept. So,
yes, it seems quite overgrown also.
If you come through here, we have a little bridge with a little pond going over it. Quite nice.
It's hard to even tell this is a bridge.
Yeah, it's sort of a bridge. It's the dirt sort of going over.
Put a few planks down
This road is very badly kept. Yes. Well, hang on. Just before we go.
What is that off to the side?
There is a little path leading off to the side. Shall we explore?
Aye, sure.
Wherever the path has gone, there it is.
Yeah, this truly is quite the overgrown section.
Fucking lost. This is the one thing.
Tie that off with string.
This is the one thing that we pride ourselves with this world. I'm sure you'll agree, Jacob. It's just the amount of nooks and crannies and little side areas you just want to go off and explore. There's loads of them. So yeah, this. Sorry, I said that. Winch was the last thatched roof house. This is actually, I lied. This is the last thatched roof house. This is literally called the Abandoned Shack.
Would you even call this a house anymore? Because I mean, it has a hole in the roof.
No, it's not. Well, look, it's got a little well down there. It's got it's really overgrown. This used to belong to a gambler who went gambling in Blackthorn all the time, and unfortunately he kept losing and he never paid his debts. So the gang who's in charge of Blackthorn, the Blackthorn Black Market, they came in, kicked his door down, and murdered him, and his skeletal remains have been here ever since because no one dares comes here. So, yeah. Quite
the grim little bit of history.
Grim little bit of history. That is the Abandoned Shack. Literally, the place is falling down. There's holes in the roof, holes in the walls. It's really in disrepair. But anyway, let's continue on to Blackthorn.
Lot more still to see.
Lots more still to see, and so little time. So, let's see here. What have we got here? Literally just walls of woods and trees and not very nice things.
I can imagine just about any wagon that would dare to come through here would just have all its wheels tangled in these vines.
Exactly. Finally! We're out.
Oh, a break through the Blackmire.
And there we are.
Welcome to Blackthorn.
This is Blackthorn, the second major town of the Thorne Coast. But we're not going up there yet.
No?
We've got lots more to see. We're going to take
up to the Harrow Mine.
This little path that's overgrown. You can get a little bit of a vista to Blackthorn, sort of. It's still covered in trees, but look, we're going to head this way.
Right.
And we're going to actually head to a little bit of a nook and cranny here. First, before we head up to the next destination, which you have already said, the Harrowscar mine, we're going to head this way first. This is a troll cave.
A troll cave.
A troll cave.
I didn't remember this being here before.
Yeah, this actually was made by Ben.
Something you built without letting me know?
This was
by Ben.
This was made by Ben. It was his little contribution to the Thorn. Well, actually no, but I tell a lie. Ben did build Blackthorn Manor. So yeah, this is literally a troll cave. It plagues the Thorne Coast plateau. People have tried to come and kill it before, and as you can see, they have failed miserably.
With some of the decorations around here, it begs the question, are trolls intelligent in our world? Because it has a stew for which by cooking its prey, it has a barrel of meat as well. And these crates are just like...
I'm actually very glad you said that, Jacob. This used to be a bandit camp before the trolls moved in. Hence the sheets and the meat, and the trolls have just made it their home now. There's, as you can see, there's blood everywhere. There's skulls everywhere. It's literally just a bloodbath. Because the troll just killed everyone. And yes, there would be. Obviously trolls are still very dumb, but I mean, they know how to drink, they know how to crack open a barrel of grog, all the important stuff, you know. They know how to fry up a bandit, you know. It's
I suppose. They have some basic intelligence.
Exactly. But anyway, let's continue on, shall we?
Get back to the path.
Up the plateau. So as we go higher and higher, we are about to get to the peak or the summit of the plateau. And what do we have here? Ooh.
I believe you called this the Harrowscar Mines.
That's right, correct? Jacob. This is the Harrowscar Mines. This is the primary place to mine harrowspice, which is a very much a narcotic that is rife in Arkadia. It's a hallucinogenic that makes you go mad, and it's mined in here. It's basically a rock-like fungus that grows in specific conditions, and the Harrowscar mine is one of those conditions, is one of those perfect conditions. So the black market has basically took it over, and well, it once upon a time was abandoned, and now they've taken it over and they've opened it up for the sole purpose of mining Harrowscar, or harrowspice. So yeah. Anyway, so this is inside the walls. So we've got a little broken down cart over here.
I see.
And then if you come in here, there is storage. Lots of storage. And also there is a ladder that goes up into here, which is even more storage.
A lot of places to keep this harrowspice, as we call it.
Absolutely. And then, it's this way. So, yeah, we've got a little well there. I actually quite like that wee design of well, actually. No, but anyway, that's besides the point. So, you come around the back here. This is a coal deposit for the forge, which is in here. And this is the blacksmith forge. It's currently not lit at the minute, but this is basically where they make the pickaxes and the tools to go and mine harrowspice.
Makes sense.
Which is quite cool that they have that functionality. And yeah, that is the outside, and this is the entrance to the harrowspice mine. So you come in here. As you can see, there's props, there's pillars keeping everything up, and down there...
Support beams.
Oh, we can't go down there because it's caved in. Whoops. They probably will start mining down there eventually, but let's head this way, which they seem to have focused their main attention to. So this rock here is, thank God for Conquest, reforged, taking over the infested stone. This is what harrowspice looks like in its unmined form, in its raw form. And
before it's refined into a more, powdery substance?
Yeah, a more powdery substance. And this is loads of harrowspice here, and it just keeps growing as well. And then you can follow these down all the way to the bottom, where there's just this big chasm, and there's
Seems to have quite the lucrative mine, that's for sure.
Quite a lucrative mine, and obviously the Blackthorn is one of the biggest providers of harrow spice in the entirety of Arkadia, and it is rife with it. But anyway, speaking of Blackthorn, let's not keep anyone waiting any longer than they have to. Let's go and take a tour of that town.
Aye, let's give it a good old gander.
Absolutely. So yeah, this is fuck the soul sand.
Yes, it really does bog the foot down, doesn't it?
It really grinds you. What were we thinking 15 years ago?
Well, it was good texture and design back then. Still is, frankly, but...
Okay, so let's head this way. So, Blackthorn, the one thing that is always a bit of lore that we love to talk about is just how deceptive Blackthorn is. It's actually owned by a gang. The ruling lord is Lord Thorne, the brother of the Thorne of Seapoint. However, the only reason why, Lord Albus Thorne owns Blackthorn instead of Lord Corvus Thorne, who owns Seapoint. And basically, the only reason why Lord Albus Thorne rules Blackthorn is because Corvus Thorne was made Lord of the Thorne Coast, because this used to be Corvus Thorne's township that he ruled before the Purge, when this was known as the Alder Coast. And then, because he showed loyalty to the Templar Order, he got granted he basically got granted the entire region as a prize. And Blackthorn is very deceptive because the Thorne family have a very, very dark secret here. So here we are, Blackthorn. On the surface, it's a nice little sleepy wee town. And the actual...
I would say nice, maybe a little bit deceiving, given how short and all these buildings are. A little bit overgrown.
All the buildings are sort of shack-like, but the whole thing with this is that it is absolutely like it is sleepy, and it has to be camouflaged as well. So look, we're actually heading down this way through these buildings, right? These buildings are sort of in 3 rows, so it's quite easy to navigate Blackthorn.
That's
but
handy.
we're going to head up this way here, into here, and yeah, here we are. So, would you like to read the sign, Jacob?
Aye, sure. No, I won't.
Why not?
I didn't think that was a thing.
Of course it is. It's been in the thing it's been in the world
But
for 15
why?
years.
That's an inside joke, my man.
It's not. It's the brothel. This is the
Hilda's
brothel.
refuge for lonely men.
Horny Hilda's refuge for lonely men. But anyway.
You know what? I'll let you take this one, Emma. I'll wait outside.
Fine, I will
All
go.
right.
I will go into the brothel. You take a seat over by the. Yeah, you take a seat there, and I'll be out. So we also have a little sign which I'm not going. Actually, fuck it, I'll read it because the children shouldn't be watching this stream. It literally just says, "Come and lick Hilda's I sing." That was Ben that put that there, not me. And then if you come in here, this is the brothel. So as you can see, there is little booths where all of the people working in here will greet their guest and show them a good time. And yeah, that is literally it, and I am not going to spend any longer in here than I intend to, so close that door, and moving swiftly on. Anyway, Jacob, did you have a nice little seat there, Jacob?
Are we finally done with that nonsense?
Yes, we are. We're finally done with that nonsense.
Yes, okay. Carrying on.
So this is Blackthorn Docks. So this is the river. This river leads all the way to the Thorne Coast Bay. Literally comes out right at the briny bell at Pellers Folly. So there's little boats that that actually will do trade with Absconder Holm. And that should be, if you've been paying attention to the lore in the past 3 videos, or the past 2 videos, well, sorry, episode 1, you will know that will be a spoiler for you at what goes on here at Blackthorn. Anyway, so if we keep heading around this way, this is the waterfront. So literally, we've got little steps down. Here's a little barge boat, and there's these cranes. That's loads of cranes that will load on the goods to the boats.
A suspicious amount of cranes for how sleepy of a village this is meant to be.
Isn't it a very suspicious amount of cranes for just how sleepy a village is? We'll get to that very quickly. So we're going to head this way.
Right.
And that's the end of the dock. Sorry, I still am trying to figure out the layout here. I know I said it was easy earlier on. This bit gets a bit complicated. Here we go. Here's the next interior. So this is Blackthorn Bazaar, supply office and warehouses. We'll show you this for now.
Right.
So if you come in here, here we have a desk, literally just a random office desk, little bit of storage here, and then if you come out here, this is where things get a little bit interesting. We're not now. I know this says Blackthorn Bazaar Warehouse. We're not actually going to see Blackthorn Bazaar just yet. This is just the warehouse. So here we have like a little guard post that will guard the goods in Blackthorn, going in and out of Blackthorn Bazaar. And then there's a little path that goes all the way around here. And this here is the actual warehouse itself. So you come in here, there's lots of goods that are ready to be shunted down into the bazaar itself. And then out here...
There's a lot of talk of this bazaar, but I don't see it yet.
A lot of talk.
That stone wall there.
Yeah, it does. You will see the Blackthorn Bazaar very, very, very shortly. And this is literally just... There's the crane there. And there's a couple of cranes that will lower all the goods down. So anyway, let's head on out and let's explore the rest of Blackthorn.
Very well.
And yeah, so if we come through here, and now we are going to head back this way, and down. No. So back this way.
Quite a confusing village.
It depends where you come out. So we're going to head down this way and out this way and up this way. It's the whole village, even though it's in 3, it's designed to get you lost so people don't uncover the port or any of the sort of the dodgy stuff out that's on the surface. So this is Blackthorn Main Street. So we're going to head down here. And I'm just going to quickly look for a little sidetrack, like in here. So if we come through here, there's a little gap between these houses. And
okay, what does this lead?
This leads to a very nice little area. By the way, I would also like to say these dark oak trees are some of the only default trees in the map, in the actual map. We try to use custom trees as often as we can, and that this is unfortunately with Blackthorn, when this is built, there was no terraform. It was on default terrain. Actually, the entire Thorne Coast is in default terrain, but we were able to replace most of the trees there. Unfortunately, with Blackthorn, these dark oaks were actually built into Blackthorn's design, so we can't change it without looking. We tried, but we couldn't change it without it looking peak, which is Northern Irish for shite. But anyway, let's keep heading down in here. And this is an old statue, which is quite a bit, which does have quite a bit of lore to it. This statue is not of a banned god, actually. This is actually a statue of the All-Father, Xerxes, which you would have been able to see with the staff that he is not holding because it's been eroded away. And basically, the story behind this is Blackthorn Manor House used to be a temple. And when Lord Thorne came to power in Blackthorn, not when he became to power at the Thorne Coast, when he became Lord of Blackthorn, he decided to move from his little nook in Blackthorn Bazaar, and he decided that he liked the look of the temple. So he moved into the temple, and he basically got rid of all the religious relics, and this statue, because he liked this statue and because it is a statue of the All-Father and it's considered blasphemous if you damage it or destroy it, he decided that he would get the statue moved out of the manor of the temple, which is now the manor house, and placed here where it's sort of gone to a bit of ruin. And yeah, that is that. And it's been there ever since, and now the locals actually have sort of made their own little shrine here, and to sort of keep it to keep it going and to keep this a religious site. So there we go. So anyway, let's head back to the main street. Now, this is where things get a bit interesting. You'll see carts starting to appear, and they are all heading to one place. Can you guess that place, Jacob?
I'm guessing it has to do something with the bazaar.
Yes, it does. And down there is down to Blackthorn Bazaar, but we are not going there just yet. In fact, we're going to have a little look at Blackthorn Manor.
The old temple.
Which...
turned mansion, eh?
Absolutely, which I am obliged to tell you that Ben built this manor house. And he made it with the old temple design and style. So it's got a domed roof, or a small domed roof, and obviously it fits in with Blackthorn's design. And then Lord Thorne basically gutted it out and he customised it to his own liking. So anyway, let's head on in, shall we? And here we actually start to see the symbols of, well, you saw some over at Harrowscar, but these are the flags of the Thorne Coast, not the Thorne Coast, of the Blackthorn, the Black Market, in Seapoint, where everything is very legit and very proper. It's the Templar flags. Basically, any Templar dignitary go to Seapoint, and they will not go anywhere near Blackthorn. So he uses different flags here because that's part of the gang he's part of. Let's just head this way. Let's do the gardens first. So this area has a very, very, very ornate garden. And yeah, it's very...
quite nice. I love the flowers.
It's quite nice. It's very old, but it's very nice.
As old as it is still well done.
Lot of still, like, there's a little gazebo, just areas for the Thorne family here to relax. And there's little seating areas over here. You know, it's all very nice. This is my piss poor attempt at sundial, by the way. It gets the job done. And there's also gardens out this way as well. You know, lots of flower beds, lots of places in here. We've got little bit of more seating. There's a lot of places to sit. And then out here we have a little fountain, or a big fountain. It's just, everyone has literally just gone, everyone has just sort of ornated this up, basically, when they got rid of the temple. The Lord Thorne is very much into an ornamental garden. And out here is the Tranquility Garden.
Tranquility.
This is one of Ben's. Ben, I did the gardens out the front. Ben did the gardens here. So you've got
rather nice pond out back.
Little bit of a cove, and a little bit, and yeah, very sort of very nice.
Don't know how it has coral in it, but I guess that's a concern for another time.
Exactly. So anyway, let's.
Are we going into the back door or the front?
I'll go around the front. Because there's at least a porch around there. Let's head onwards. this way. So,
Alright.
and here we go. Here is the entrance to Blackthorn, or the Blackthorn Manor. So, if we come through here, very ornate entryway. There's basically a guest book, or an area to sign your name if you're visiting the manor. Basically, only well-known criminals from the black market are allowed in here.
Black book.
This staircase is based around a tree, or an old, basically stripped down tree that goes right up to the central dome. But anyway, let's head this way here. So if we come through here, this is the throne room where Lord Thorne will reign with his iron fist. Now this is not a Templar throne room. This is where his gang is. The criminals, the black markets, everything is just everything is orchestrated in here. There's two wee doors off to the side. This is like a little planning room where they plan heists. And stuff like that, or maybe not even heists. It could be smuggling routes. It could be anything, even punishment beatings as well. Because this is a gang, you know. It's and then in here we've got Lord Thorne's private study. So yeah, little desk there, and then we have a skull of one of his enemies that he has proudly on display. Yeah, it's quite a dark place, this. So if you come through here...
I feel like there's a little bit more blood that might be spattered around. Maybe that's why the carpet's red, eh?
Maybe the carpet was white once upon a time. Who knows? So if we come in here, this is the dining room. This is where Lord Thorne will have all his great feasts. And
I feel like we should be calling him Don Thorne.
Don Thorne. Yeah, it's well, he is still officially anointed a Lord of the Blackthorn Town. It's just
Lord Don Thorne.
What he gets up to in his in his free time is not so good. So if we come through here, this is the kitchens.
Right.
His chef's quite good, you know, only the best is good enough. He's feeding like the entirety of the criminal empire sometimes in Arcadia. We do have a little way down to the basement, but if we release these trapdoors, this will take us up into the roof space, or a little crawl space.
Okay.
Which is
what a few cobwebs.
Quite enough. Yeah, no one really comes up here. It's God only knows what you would find up there. But anyway, so we'll just get rid of that little bridge, and then we'll head down into the basement. Watch your step, Jacob. And
you dropped it out from under me. I think I broke a leg. Is that a cold store?
We have a cold store. We have an area of the land that is sort of just collapsed in on itself. An old part of the temple, perhaps.
What is this back here?
This is wine storage. Wine. Only the best is good enough, Jacob.
Only the classy refined,
yeah.
Fermented grape for the
criminal empire of Arcadia need a fancy drink. You know, there is some mead at the back, but it's mostly wine.
I'm sure they often partake of the Chardonnay and sherry and all the other such wines.
Exactly.
Are those both wines? I don't even know. I'm not a drinker. Anyways, carry on.
Anyway, so if you come over across here, there's a little side door here into the private library. This is where any staying criminal mind, who are all the high ups in the criminal empire here in Arcadia are quite intelligent, and this is their library. They basically have all the books that they want here, and if they are staying, they can make use of this and just sort of chill out, and there's a little desk for them to read at. If not, Lord Thorne is a very big reader too. That was the library. So then let us move. That is basically the bottom floor. So let's go up this very grand staircase, shall we? So this first bit is literally just like a little seating area. Ben realised that he made this area too thin, that he couldn't put any bedrooms in it, so he made it a little seating area. There is also... Oh shit, I've fallen down. There's also like little doors out here, out into more sort of balcony areas. This way looks out onto the Blackthorn River, which leads out towards Seapoint. That's where the boats go, so we can look out, and then out there is out onto his lovely garden. And then there's also another little seating area out here that totally mirrors the other side, because like I said, Ben didn't know what to put in here because he did it too narrow. And then through here, 2 more seating areas. This time...
Lots of seating.
Yeah, he likes his sitting areas. This is out into a balcony. There's 4 back balconies. So this is looking out onto Blackthorn itself. And then out here is also onto Blackthorn. And then the final floor of the manor house is the master bedroom, where he's got a 4-poster bed. There's lots of sitting area, a desk, a bath, and yeah, this is basically it. And this is the dome of Blackthorn Manor. And that is the end of part 3 of the Thorne Coast tour. Well, this region is actually bigger than I thought it would be, so we're going to have to do a 4th video. In the next part, we are going to take a look at the Blackthorn Bazaar and finish the Thorne Coast off at Bathurst Trading Post. And yeah, that is everything. So please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to push that notification bell. And until next time, we will see you later. Say goodbye, Jacob.
Adios, everybody. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
See you later, guys. Bye-bye now.